Hello, hello.
Howdy.
Welcome in, everyone. I hope everyone is doing good. I'm also going to kind of pull it up on my phone too so I can see it that way. All right. Well, I hope everyone is having an amazing day today. We will, let's see. Here it goes. Okay. I wanted to make sure it was actually going live because for some reason it was kind of lagging there. All right, so we'll just do some quick introductions. Of course, I am Theme Park Vision. You all see my videos frequently, so yeah, I do Dollywood different theme parks. Gonna start doing Pigeon Forge, Smoky Mountains, just random things.
Um, I am Bubba / Dollywood Outsider. You can find me on Instagram and the occasional Dollywood video.
Perfect. All right. Well, today we have a couple of things that we're going to chat about news-wise. A couple of special topics we're going to review with the 40th anniversary and everything that happened this past weekend. All right. So, Baba, I'll go ahead and let you get started with the news.
Yeah, as y'all see, we had 4 people last week, so this week we just got 2, so that puts more pressure on me to do talking instead of just doing the assist. A little bit of a lighter, as if you follow Dollywood, you know as the year goes on, the topics in the news gets less and less. So we're seeing some of that. So this may be a little bit of a shorter show, so it'll be a good chance for the chat hop in here and give some conversation. The big thing that happened, and now we're going to save the bigger topics for later on. These are more quick hits, but the had the media event there, and obviously Dolly at the park. Did you go to the media event, or
I did not. I actually did not make it there until much. I got there an hour before the park closed. It was a very stressful experience.
yeah, I watched it online. I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not high up enough to get the media invite either. Um, but
No,
um,
I'm not.
what were your thoughts on it before I share what mine was?
I mean, I thought it was interesting. I think we got a lot of really good information. I of course loved the throwback to Dolly popping out of the cake. I thought that was amazing. She looked wonderful. I love all the kind of the little interview and stuff that they did, the different things that they talked about, like the foster care kids. That's amazing. I do love that they're offering that. She talked about the iHeartRadio channel. There's just a lot of really good announcements. That being said, with it being a major, and I get it, it's not the 50th, but I feel like every 10 years that's still a big anniversary. It felt a little underwhelming, and I feel bad saying that, but I was like, oh, that's all.
Yeah, I mean, I'm exactly like you. I watched it, and I think there's part of when I wasn't even at the park that day, so and I wasn't there, so there was a little bit of fear of missing out. And then when it ended, I'm like, okay, I didn't really miss anything, because they like it was interesting, and I feel like I got to know the Hershans a little bit better and that kind of
Mm-hmm.
stuff. But if you were expecting the big roller coaster announcements and all these grandiose things, we did not get those.
Which is wild because I feel like something happened because even the news stations originally announced that something for the new attraction was supposed to be announced that day. So I think either something's delayed or for some reason they're not announcing it yet. But I mean,
Right.
it's in your face there. It's built. They're building it.
Yeah.
There's
But
holes
so
in the land.
I didn't really, there was really no news, like big stuff, right? It was all
No,
really looking back. Like it was like I didn't get much of nothing there
no, and
from a future standpoint, really. Outside
no,
of the little bit
same.
that we'll get into later on with the
No,
roller
I
coaster.
was the exact same way. I kind of went on there and I was like, I thought there would be more. And of course, I had to work, so I definitely wasn't going to be able to make it regardless. But yeah, it was I'm hoping the next anniversary we see a lot more announcements than this one. But
Yeah, so I mean, it was like we did get a little
The
bit
balloons were nice.
yeah, and we got a little bit of a preview of the play on show as well. I guess that was
Mm-hmm.
but so I guess there's really not, you know, that's about all I had on the media event. There wasn't a whole lot to really.
Yeah, there's not really a lot to. I was hoping we were gonna have a lot more to talk about the media event, but nope.
Yeah, because
Maybe next time.
we'd already planned on making that the whole topic of the show. But
Mm-hmm.
the 40th album came out, and that was a surprise to me. I didn't even hadn't heard nothing about it, and it was
No.
Spotify and all the streaming services. In full disclosure, I have not got to listen to the whole album yet. I've had a busy weekend. Did you listen to it?
I listened to a good majority of it. So I listened to and of course I am still learning a lot about Dollywood's past and stuff because I have only been going to Dollywood for the past 4, maybe 5 years. So it was really cool to hear these songs and stuff. The Pirates Paradise song cracked me up. They have a Pirate Paradise and just it seems very different for Dolly. So it was really funny listening to that. But the Love is Like a Butterfly, that was gorgeous because it was the whole orchestra.
Yeah,
That was a nice song.
and that was the most of the. I listened to about half the album. That was the most recognizable song to me,
Yeah.
and that is from the Heart Song, like 20-minute movie type one.
I think too they did have one from where Eagle was announced when that was opening. There was that song too. I was kind of expecting it to be more attraction based. I would have loved to have the background music for some of these areas. Like cuz they have original music for like for Wildwood Grove. They have original music out there. That would have been cool.
But yeah, so it wasn't as much direct, and I have been going to Dollywood for my whole life, but I did not immediately associate this song with that one outside of the Butterfly Forest ones I have listened to. But again, that is up and you can listen to it for free and that kind of stuff. I did.
It's a really pretty album though. I love the songs are nice. The songs are really nice.
And I did kind of find it interesting that on the media event they give out codes and stuff to that, which I thought that was a little bit of a marketing speak because most people can listen to an album for free nowadays.
Okay, I thought that was funny too. I'm like, what? Because I like instantly went. I'm like, oh, could you not download it on iTunes? And then I went on iTunes, and I'm like, no, there it is. It's right here. So.
Yeah. So like I thought, but I get why they wouldn't go to the expense of a physical CD. But if they
that would have been a nice little souvenir though if they gave out like the physical copies of the CD. That would have been cool.
Yeah, but yeah, that's probably something I will need to go back and listen to and maybe do a little bit of research on to come back next 2 weeks and connect the things with that. The next one I have is let me pull this up on when it is. The Thrills in the Hills is coming back. I know Lewis, who is not here this week, unfortunately, because I know this is his thing. It is September.
We'll have to bring it up again for him.
Yeah, September 26th and 27th.
That seems so far away.
$95 plus tax if you have the Diamond Pass, I think, and it's $134 for the regular. So it's about $100 plus.
For having a Diamond Pass comes in clutch.
Yeah, and I know
I don't have one, but if you do, you're saving a lot of money.
Yeah, I've never did that. I know he swears by it. So like I said, we'll probably something else we'll circle back to 2 weeks, but that is up for sale now. And I know it's tied to roller coasters, and I think this is behind the scenes type stuff.
You get like a lot of behind the scenes of the different coasters and stuff. It is I will say, it looks like a really cool experience.
Yeah, I remember. I think that was the event where he filmed some of the what's his name, Pete Owens, I think. Some of this stuff in the past where he's if you do the bring a friend things, as I always say, there's 2 types of people with bring a friends: the ones that plan the entire season pass around it, and the ones that never use them. If you're the ones that have used them, they got a deal going on. I don't know when it expires. $40 for a extra bring a friend pass, and then 25 for the water park. I got an email
That's pretty good.
a couple of days ago.
I wonder if the $25 thing was like a punny thing since it's the 25th anniversary. If
Yeah,
they
and
did that
that's
for
roughly
probably not.
off. So yeah, like that's a good deal there. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes the good thing about that is that you could actually just buy one, just assuming you're going to use it somewhere down the line, like a
Yeah.
little, because you just not like it's tied to somebody's name and stuff. So check that
Hello,
out.
welcome in.
Yeah, if you're watching, be sure to tell us hey.
Hey, Joshua. Good. How are you?
I see, I see a friend of mine in the chat, so hello to her. Um, the schedule for the is all up until May 18th. So if you're waiting to see when the summer schedule goes up, my guess is you're probably about a week or maybe 2 weeks
It's
away.
getting close. It's
So
getting. I'm
yes,
ready.
yeah,
I'm ready for summer. So I'm over the flower festival. It's pretty and it's nice, but I really want my summer festival here, like
yeah.
now.
If you watched last week, I had it ranked number 5 on my a
I'm
a
so offended. So
a
offended.
horror number 5 on my list.
It's okay. Oh, I think I said, oh, it's okay. I think your number one was the I Will Always Love You, right? Right?
No, there was 2.
Two. Okay, that's my hard number five. So.
Yeah, and I went back and listened to my reasons why. I was like, I did a terrible job explaining why that number 2. So I would like to redo on that somewhere down the line.
We'll redo and see if any of our opinions of these festivals
That
change.
actually was one of the things what I'd like to do come toward the end of the year, circle back and do that.
Say it again.
The water, I know this question got asked earlier in the year, but the water park is from, I watched Ryan Adventures Out There's video, and it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't a very long clip. So I don't, basically nothing is new from what I gather outside of 4 food items.
Not that I know of.
So it's basically the same. Like they had
Mm-hmm.
a couple new flavors of Dippin' Dots. Like yeah, it was, um, but they give rave reviews on the Dippin' Dots, and I'm sure they're good. But from a big picture standpoint, it doesn't look like much is new.
I feel like we really should have had a new slide, but or something for 25th, like 25 years. That's one of the big anniversaries. Like that's a big anniversary when it comes to like theme parks and stuff. So yeah, I'm really surprised we didn't get a new water slide or water feature, something.
Yeah, they haven't done much to that over the last couple years.
No, well, and I think too a lot of that is water parks have kind of lost, like they're not in trend. People, I realize, like compared to like the 90s, people don't really go to water parks as much as they used to. And maybe the last couple of years, you're starting to see more traction with that, and people are starting to go more and more. So I'm hoping with that, Dollywood will see an increase of people going to the park. But at the same time, you got Smoky Mountain down the road, and their park's pretty incredible, I'm going to say.
I have never been to that. I know I've heard a lot of good things about it.
I've never been, but it looks very pretty.
Yeah, but the thing with the water park is it opens in May and closes in
Mm-hmm.
September.
Because it gets so cold.
So
So
like that's what, 4 months or so.
yeah, about 4 months. Yeah. Which I will say, Splash Country is really nice. I love the wave pool. The wave pool's cool. The slides that they have are fantastic. I do just hope over the next several years we'll see like a new slide of some kind.
Yeah, they could use something there, but
The live music is a nice touch when you're swimming. You swimming and you get some live music. It's a good touch.
yeah, that's a neat thing. Um, there's not much. I check every day about the artists for the fall festival that have leaked on a third party app, and it is a lot less than there have been in the past that have leaked. There's some gospel groups out there,
Mm-hmm.
There's one smaller country name by the name of Keith Anderson from about 15 years ago that most people would not even know who that is. But basically, not much from that, which is, if you compare it to the Branson, and like they have their whole schedule posted on the official website. So that's a
They
little
may
bit.
not know yet. They may still be figuring it out.
Yeah, so I would, that's not really cause for panic, but it's, a little bit noteworthy because
Yeah.
September ain't all that far away.
It'll be,
And,
yeah, I mean, that is true. It will be here. Ooh, good. It'll be here before we know it. We'll get a new announcement.
Yep.
We went to Splash Country about 2 years ago in July, and they ran out of everything: soda, ice, food. I'd be stressed. That's not good. Hopefully that's not happened since. I'm sorry you had to go through that.
Well, they also ran out of food for you on the opening day as well. So.
No, not just opening day. They also ran out of food opening day of the Flower Festival too. It was a whole thing, but that's okay.
And the last very quick news item I have is the female that is in the string band. She is back performing. I saw that.
I saw that. And what was funny about that is right after you said you had mentioned she was gone, and I'm like, oh, she's back.
Yeah, so and that's mainly just to prove that we were correct on when. I said
yeah.
I think we are officially. Is there any other news? Anybody in the chat that I missed? Outside of the big three topics we'll get to, just let us know. We'll talk about those. There's only one rumors. I think I think we have officially renamed this realistic rumors because we don't want to just make up stuff,
make things up,
pie in the sky. And from what I have heard, well, the rumor is that Dolly will be back in the park around September the 17th.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I believe that actual date because that is a Wednesday.
It's but here's the thing. Big Bear was announced in the middle of the week. That attraction was in the middle of the week. That's when they announced it.
Oh, okay.
Which was weird.
If I was running Dollywood and I see how much crowd Dolly brings to the park, I don't need that on a Friday or a Saturday in the fall. I could use that on a Wednesday.
I'm going to say that I think also safety reasons for her as well. I think keeping her more during the week will be better. A lot of schools are out on break about that time too. Ooh, I didn't even think about that. Fall break.
Fall break. I guess that is fall break time.
Ooh, I didn't even think about that.
And in September,
but that
is kind of historically a small. That is a not super duper peak time for the area compared to the next 3 months as well.
So maybe that's some of what it is. But I did read a couple of things where I now have no idea what the attraction is going to be because somebody brought up the idea that it may also be a boat ride. And I didn't even think about that. So real fast, Disney patented a while ago a Moana attraction for Adventureland. And in this attraction, it's a boat ride, but it's all screens. But you're in technically like it's some kind of a newer technology, but they've never done anything with that yet. So I heard another rumor where it could be very possible that that's what they're planning on doing too. You're going to do a boat ride through the Smokies, but it's going to be utilizing maybe that technology. That would be cool, I will say. I hope it's not just screens. I would love to see Dollywood do something with animatronics and show scenes and not just screens like Universal. Just saying.
Yeah. So you, as somebody as Adriana said in the chat, if you do want to avoid crowds, go in the middle of the week like that, especially
go in between the festivals.
Outside of like spring break and summer times. If you want to just hop on any ride you want to, go on a random Wednesday. in during those times?
September is perfect. I love that she mentioned that because yes, because you've got the end of the summer festival and you've got a good 2-3 week span there before the harvest festival starts. So nobody goes because everyone's like, I'll wait until the harvest festival. Unless
Um,
you're smart and you go during the downtime.
does anybody in the chat know when the rod run is in September? That is the one thing that would bring out a crowd during that time.
That's a
The
multiple year kind of thing. I thought they just
yeah,
had that.
they have two. They have the spring and they have one. So that is the only thing that you
Oh,
want to avoid as well, because that will historically the fall is more crowded on that one. Back to the Dolly thing. Do you think that is when they'll get the full reveal for the next coaster or whatever the
I
indoor
think
thing called?
so. I think it's going to be a little bit later in the year for sure. Or it'll be like mid. It's definitely going to be before Christmas. They're not going to announce anything around the Christmas festival. There's no way. That
Right.
crowd is already too crowded at Christmas time. We don't need every blogger showing up at the top of that.
And I think one thing that somebody
Hey,
said
Cecilia.
in the obviously if you announce it in mid-September, they can say, "Hey, in 2 weeks, season passes go on sale for the day." So,
Oh, that is around this. Look at Dollywood being smart about how they announce
yeah,
things.
because they
It's
always,
almost like they've done this before.
yeah, they're, um, so yeah,
This
so
is
that's
me over
when,
caffeinated.
like,
It is what it is.
I just don't see why they would announce. If they did
Hey,
announce it
James.
then, I don't know why they would announce.
I just want an announcement. I just want more than it's a big building. We know it's a big building. We know it's going to hold tons of people.
And
But they may market it the way Big Bear was marketed. You remember how they had all those signs all over the park?
could be, and I guess while we're here talking about the ride, I think I rewatched this about 5 times to make sure I got the facts right. I mean, because Eugene said it pretty quickly. Um, he he said coming 26, which we knew that. He said indoor attraction, 5 stories, and he said 44,000 square feet.
5 stories really isn't that big.
So that 5 stories in your boat ride ideal makes sense if you're going uphill or
If
downhill
it's,
or whatever.
yeah, and if it's screens and stuff.
But
I'm going to be honest. I would like the boat ride one because I feel like the coasters are great, but they need more family-friendly attractions. They need something where grandma and grandpa, and if you have a disability, like they need something like that where everybody can go on it, not just certain people. They lack that right now.
Josh in the chat says the fall wide run is September 11th through 13th. So
Huh.
if they did the
Don't
September,
go to Pigeon
so
Forge.
avoid those times. So that means that if Dolly is there the September 17th, you would be in the clear for that.
Yeah, Blazing Fury is still closed. I checked it.
I don't I don't know if they know when that ride will be back up.
I want to know if something happened or if there's something they've added. I've got questions. It was supposed to be this weekend. They said they were hoping it was going to be this weekend, so something delayed it.
Yeah,
Absolutely avoid that time.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't like crowds, that's actually something I want to do. I almost wanted to do that topic. This show is that is one of the things we want to do a show on is the days to avoid, and everybody come through and name about 3 to 5 different things, and so that is something we'll do in the future. But yeah, if you like, if you want to avoid crowds, avoid. You need to know what days to avoid. But on the coaster thing, do you think what makes you think it's a boat instead of like a eagle or something flying?
It was just a form that I had stumbled upon, and they had just mentioned the size of it and the way it's being like described as you're going through the Smoky Mountains at night. Like everybody's automatically assuming either Soarin' or a coaster because those are kind of the common sense answers. I feel like this is going to be the most not common sense answer. They're going to come out with the most random thing. And a boat ride that's not technically a boat ride, that would be very random.
It
Like
took
we all
them.
think they're going to go huge, and it may still be huge, but it may just be a normal dark ride because Dollywood really hasn't done that before.
Can you do a boat ride without water?
Yeah, so that's what that new technology is that Disney has created and had patented. It was some kind of a, I don't know the specifics behind it, but it was something for Moana because the boat literally looked like Moana's boat, and it was where they utilized screens to make you feel like you're on a boat ride, but you're not. You're in a boat, but there's no water.
Yeah,
Just my
so
opinion. It's very likely that's not what it is, but I really just don't want another coaster right now. Like for Dollywood's sake, they need a dark ride.
they
They need a
desperately,
dark ride.
like, they gotta have something inside to do. I was talking to my shipping guy, told me like months ago that he was going to be at Dollywood, and I didn't realize it was going to be Saturday, and I cringed. It's been like twice in his life, but thankfully but like, and it poured down rain at 7 o'clock, and he left because
Oh no.
like they was. I mean, he said he had a good time, but like there was nothing to do because it was a busy time, so you couldn't have got on because Blazing Fury was closed. The kids didn't need to be in the playground.
See, that's what the rumor is too. There's a rumor that it's like that ride. That's what it is. It's like a Soarin' ride. But they said new technology. It's something that's never been done before. So that's why I don't know what they've got planned.
So
We can just hope.
So y'all was thinking it may take like the Soaring, but sort of the boat theme in Smoky Mountains.
Yeah, like it's gonna take you down the river or something of the Smoky Mountains at night.
But
I don't know
yeah,
if that's what it is. That's just another rumor. So
but and he did kind of allude to this, and he said that if you build a 5-story building as slow as Dollywood moves, they better. And he even said that you're going to start seeing it in coming weeks. So
when they say 2026, I guarantee you they made December 2026.
well, I mean, historically they don't mean opening day, but they don't mean. They always seem to hit like May range.
They've got, hold on, let me do math real fast, and I need my fingers for this. When is it? It's May, right? It's May, June, July,
Yeah.
August, September, October, November, December. They're gonna do something in 7 months. They've got 7 months. Technically 9 months until opening season. If they can pull that off, kudos. But I mean, Big Bear did get built pretty quick. I will give them that much. Did it?
We have
maybe
we have one vote for December 26th.
That's what I'm saying. They'll say, "Oh, it's 1 week until the season closes out. Congratulations! Here's your new attraction."
And I think you have always said that those inside rides are more time consuming to build than the outdoor ones, which
because they have to be more on theme. They have to be a lot more creative and do a lot more decorations, and there's just a lot more unless it is a bunch of screens. Which I'm not going to complain. A dark ride's a dark ride for Dollywood. We need something.
Yeah.
But that is a possibility. If it's like Soarin', that may be why it's not going to take long, because all they have to do is throw in some seats.
Yeah.
That move. I don't know what those things are called.
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting because we've been saying, and it's like they don't need another gig or whatever.
A good way to.
Like they need another family inside of it.
That's so true. Oh man. Yeah, watch the park. Watch people rush to buy tickets for next year, and then oops, it's not gonna be open until December.
Well, that's what they would do. They would just say come in 2026. Like that can't be a coincidence, because if they didn't announce it this past weekend, why would you announce it in July? Why would you not wait 2 more months?
Oh, we're not getting any kind of announcement. The only thing I can see them doing is something marketing wise, like they did for Big Bear. That's the only thing I can see them doing. I don't think we're getting any kind of, unless something leaks. I'll keep my fingers crossed.
Well, one more, backing up just a second. One thing that I overlooked, despite me having notes right in front of me marking them off, was the Dollywood sign is up. How did that look in person? It looked
Okay,
good
it's
from
a
pictures.
really cool sign. It is. The trees get in the way, though. The trees ruin it.
So you can't. Can you see it from the old cave area, or do you have to be like where the Dogs and Taters is?
Oh, I didn't even go over there. That's a great question. I did not go that way this time. By Dogs and Taters, that's where the trees get in the way. So you may have a better view in the walkway where the cave used to be. But I will say, by Dogs and Taters, you have like 2 or 3 really large trees right smack dab where that sign is.
Yeah.
So I had to take pictures. I had to maneuver. There's one spot where it's clear in the middle where they put the 40th sign. It's pretty clear right there. But other than that, it is a cool sign, though. They did a great job with it.
Yeah, and I think I would like to see them plant some bushes or grass or something because it looks kind of like a desert area. But
it does. Hey, it's supposed to be on theme to the Hollywood Hills. There you go.
But yeah, as far as the roller coaster, that's probably going to be a fun topic for us to talk about every 2 weeks between now and then. But yeah, overall, it's exciting.
Stop saying roller coaster. You're gonna think it into existence. I don't want a coaster. I want this on record. If that's a coaster, I'm gonna be furious. Well, I don't want a coaster. Yeah.
I think
we need a dark ride.
Right before he started talking, he did say something. They were talking about family attractions and stuff.
Yes, and if it's another coaster, that's not family. Oh, well, Big Bear is.
Andrew Jackson.
Inclusive.
Yeah. Andrew Jackson, who's a buddy of mine on Twitter, says that it's not a coaster. It's most likely a Mac Flying Theater, and he is way more knowledgeable about that than I am.
What is that?
We're amateurs. I don't
know. Andrew, can you put an explanation in the chat, please? I don't know what that means.
It sounds cool.
Like a Soarin' 2.0? I don't know. We'll find out. Hopefully he answers in the chat.
And would you consider soaring a coaster would be another question for you.
Oh, gosh, no. Soarin's amazing. I love Soarin', but it's definitely not a coaster.
Okay, he says flying theater. No.
Okay. Oh, okay. So it is like a Soarin' ride. Okay. I don't know the technicalities behind these attractions, guys.
So I think that's about it far as the coaster. If anybody in the chat has anything else, let us know, or has any.
Oh, Soarin'. Ooh, Flight of Passage. I didn't even think about that one. Okay, we're going to be on this topic forever if I don't. I didn't even think about Flight of Passage. That's a good one. Ooh, what if instead of on a Banshee, you can sit on a bear?
Will they tie it into
to be done?
Will they tie it into Big Bear and you actually find Big Bear?
That's what I told Eric the other day. I said, how exciting if we find...
I don't think that's my original idea. I stole that from somebody. But...
How exciting if, at the end of this attraction, an animatronic, a Big Bear pops out. I'd be down for that.
That wouldn't make sense because you never find Big Bear on Big Bear, which...
Yeah. So... that they said that was the point of the attraction, was you're supposed to not find him, so you have to keep going again and again and again.
Right.
Smart.
On to the restaurant, the Wilderness Pass restaurant. Pat myself on the back. I was correct with my rumor that it opened May the 2nd again.
That it what?
That I posted on Instagram it was going to open May the 2nd, and that turned out.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
But I think, did you eat there? What did you?
Okay, so I had one thing that was honestly the worst thing I've ever had at Dollywood, and I'm gonna do a video on my full review and stuff. But the chicken, I had the cheese grits, all fantastic. That was one of the best cooked chickens that I've ever had. And they give you a huge portion. I didn't even eat half of it. I thought I had a whole chicken on my plate. It was absolutely ginormous. So I mean, for 20, I think I paid $26, but I got an extra side. I got the chicken, you get 2 sides, a biscuit, and a dessert for that $26. Well, and I had the extra side. So I think regularly it's $24 for the plate, but that's a lot of food. Like I know a lot of people are complaining about the price, but y'all
Yeah.
have to think that's a lot of food that they give you, and they give you huge portions. Now, the 3-bean chili, worst thing I've ever had. It was absolutely horrible. I am really upset with that one because that was one of the only vegetarian options that they had.
And that was the
It was
actual,
awful.
like, that was the soup, not part of the, like, sides, right?
It was supposed to be a soup. It was like eating corn and bean mush that tasted like, I don't even know. Iron is the best thing I can think to just. It was awful. It was it was awful. Now that was the only thing I didn't like. The chicken, the grits, I tore those grits up. Those were gone within like 2 seconds. They and I had a pineapple upside down cake. That was really good. It was just the chili I did not like. So that's the end. Maybe went there on a bad day, but I was also there on the second day. So
um, and
and it was awkward because the vice president walked past me when I was doing the review.
um, and something I want to add before I share my thoughts is that you will see a lot of people on YouTube will do reviews of this, and they'll do like a 5-minute video and show the menu and stuff. How we want to be different than everybody else is to go in depth about not just whether it was good or bad, but take a step back and look at the big picture items and
Mm-hmm.
that kind of thing. So that's kind of our niche, hopefully, to that. And as you
Not
said,
sugarcoating.
yeah. So we're not. They don't think they know who we are. Um, and the
Hey, Brent!
Brent is here with some more cute
Three
comments.
bean chili long day for everyone.
Um, but your
Oh,
diamond pass
Lord.
does work because I watched some Ventures out there's video and he got his 20% off. So it was like 20.
My gold
It,
worked.
it was $23 if you just get like the meal. And that, do you think
Mm-hmm.
it is enough to share amongst 2 adults?
Oh yeah, I won't get that by myself again. I didn't even finish. The only thing I finished was those grits. Those, like I said, you guys, if you like grits, goodness, get the grits. They were so good. But it's and you can see it also when I'm gonna edit the video tonight, but it's a huge like they give you a lot of food. Like I said, the $24 up front sounds expensive and it's a little pricey, but for the amount of food and how they cook it, that's completely worth it to me.
And you got the
I'll
rotisserie
pay it again.
chicken. You got
Mm-hmm.
I know he got the catfish and it looked like it was at least 2
Catfish
pieces
looked good.
of catfish.
It did look good.
It looked
Eric
like
wants
the
to try that.
barbecue and the sausage were the least amount of portions just from looking at it.
Oh yeah.
So
See, I
it
don't
looked
eat pork, so I lucked out
yeah.
from that one.
Um, but yeah, I think it gives you an option to get a full meal there without having
Mm-hmm.
to, like, if it's during the summertime and you're leaving at 9:30, 10 o'clock after the fireworks, you can, you know, you can get a full meal there. So I like that.
Mm-hmm.
But um,
And again, that meal is very splittable. Like 100%. That will feed 2, maybe even 3 people.
um, now one thing that me and Brent was talking about today, and if you know me, you know I love my sweets and desserts. I'm like one of the top 1% of those. And those desserts look terrible. They may
For
not
the
taste terrible, but I thought the options were weak. I thought they
they're
were
very
very
they're
generic.
different. Yes, and I think they're generic because they're giving it technically for free with the meal because
Yeah,
you can't buy them separate. At least I didn't see it. I may have missed it on the menu. I don't think you could buy it separate. Um, the ones that looked the best were the pineapple upside down cake and the strawberry shortcake. It looked good, but I remember 2 years ago at Dollywood, I had strawberry shortcake with the biscuit, and I will never do that again.
I mean, as
Strawberry
somebody,
shortcake needs angel food cake. That's all I'm gonna say. Not a biscuit.
yeah, I mean, as somebody that has the appetite of a 15-year-old boy, like, give me something generic like chocolate cake or something like that.
They had apple cream. They had like a little apple thing. That's generic. They had some kind of apple thing.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'll find one I'll eat, but I didn't consider that a
Put a request in for a chocolate chip cookie. There you go.
Hey,
maybe that's what the kids get. Ask for the kids' dessert.
But like, that could work. One thing that I thought about was I almost don't. The reviews right now don't matter to me. It's what will they be like in a month.
Considering what I was given on the second day, I am going to very much hope within the next month Dollywood really does pay attention. Now, I don't know if Dollywood does pay attention to the YouTubers' videos and stuff, but for those of us who are very honest, I really hope they pay attention because there was no reason on the second day for that chili to look like that. I was so mad. Ask Eric. I vented about that. And it's not the fact that it was like lumped up and it was just not chili. It was the fact that it was their second day, and I guess I had a higher standard for that second day of opening. Right. And that's where the disappointment came into play.
And I know, like, I'm still having, like...
Sorry, I'm highlighting that one.
Yeah. And like, what I mean about what will it be like in a month is Dollywood struggles with where they put the food. Employees cannot be the best, and that is a cafeteria style restaurant where they cook stuff and they put it under a heat lamp.
Yes.
So if you go,
except for the chicken.
So a lot of that means, if will you eat something that's been there for an hour and it's not as fresh? And that
I did. I'm sorry. I need to stop. But that is true.
That was the 3-bean chili.
I did. That's what I did. No, but I will say this. That chicken was legitimately the best chicken I've ever had. Ever. Like, it was so well cooked. This season, it was well seasoned. The hush puppies, I will say, if you go to the fall festival, it's those hush puppies. Those were good too. I got the hush puppies and they tasted like the ones you get during the fall festival. And they were really good. So don't take this as me bashing that restaurant because, again, it was just one thing. The rest of the menu was so far great. Now, I really want to try that corn salad because supposedly that corn salad is directly from Silver Dollar City. That's one of their specialty items, and they brought it to Dollywood to this restaurant. I really want to try that corn salad. What will it be like in a month when a park fully and maybe short staffed? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
that's the thing.
Like, to me, it's, that's where they struggle is I don't eat Dollywood's food in the last hour before they close.
It depends on how hungry I am.
I'll get the popcorn or something like that. But yeah, sometimes their food cannot be the fresh. And I hope I'm not being too negative, but I think it's a great value and it gives you a real meal there.
Honesty helps. But here's the thing. I'm also not going to lie to people and say something was delicious and good and then them go get it and be like, well, they lied to me. That's disgusting. So yeah. I think us being honest, and like I said, we're being honest, but also being honest about what was good about it. Like I said, that was the only thing. I don't think it's being overly critical.
And that's my problem with the tasting pass is that every time I watch a video with a tasting pass, whether it's you or Ventures Out There, that's the main people I watch, is you'll get 5 items and everybody gets one that they throw away and they can't eat. and
I
then
want to
you've
say you're
instantly
wrong, but you're
wasted,
not.
and then like you've instantly kind of wasted your savings because you don't like one item.
I have learned that the day of a festival launching may not be for creators. We go because we want to make sure we say everything up front and we try it and all that stuff. However, they really struggle the first day of festivals. So, but I think that's just anywhere. I mean, I don't know any restaurants that like where I live. We have a whole name for where the restaurants mess up. So. But I will say, for everything that Dollywood doesn't do or could improve on, they do. There's a lot of really good. I will say forever that their chocolate and vanilla cupcakes, they outdo Disney. Their bakery items outdo Disney's, and that's saying a lot.
And it feels like the rotisserie chicken and the catfish are the two most unique items that the park doesn't really have.
I need to make Eric try the catfish next time. I don't eat fish either. Man, I am really picky.
Well, I think that's about it for the restaurant. I will try it out the next time I go, whenever that is. Does anybody in the last main topic I have, and I know you saw the show, so we'll go to you mostly on this one, is the play on show. That's the next big topic.
That's really good. I was impressed. I was even more impressed I knew some of the songs.
How long was it? I guess I could look that up, but
How long was I in there? I don't know. I didn't time it. I didn't pay attention to the time.
I'll look at these.
Oopsie. I didn't pay attention. But it was a really good show. I will say. They have confetti that comes down at the very end, and I'm like, that must be stressful for the people who have to clean that after every show.
40 minutes is what it says, according to the schedule. Now they brought back some of the Dreamland.
Yes, 100%. Everything is going to have their challenges, and that's how they grow. 100%. It's how they finish the season that matters. I agree. But yeah, I'm not sure how. Did it say how long?
Yeah, 40 minutes. It's 40 minutes.
Did not feel like that.
They brought back part of the Dreamland driving part as well.
Yeah, I love that. And the gem tones. That was an exciting twist.
Yeah, and I saw they were back being active on social media. So, now, how long will that show go? Through the summer, I'm guessing.
I think it's like through the end of the year because it's a specific 40th show. I think maybe up until Christmas. That's what I'm guessing.
I don't see how. Well, they can't go up because they can't go through Christmas. There's no.
No, up until Christmas, and then they'll have the Christmas, like up until Christmas, and then they'll have the Christmas show going there.
Yeah, I mean it's possible.
It's like 'Twas the Night, right? I think.
Yeah, I mean they do have some music acts in there in the fall historically, but they could get around that.
Mm-hmm. Especially if they don't have a musical act yet.
Yeah, I mean, and they're typically smaller names anyway. So
I feel like as much of a deal and as much as they've been pushing this new show, I don't think it's just going to be through summer. Because even yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like they're going to get rid of it that quickly.
Yeah, because if it just goes through summer, that's not all that long. And the show was clearly designed, for them specifically. I assume James Rogers. There was no tie to James Rogers on the show.
Not that I know of. That's probably a Katie question.
There were no.
Katie may know the answer to that one.
Oh, she didn't post about it, so I'm guessing that.
Oh, then probably not then.
Yeah. So, what are the now they close with the goodbye song, correct?
Yeah. The Together You and I. It was cute.
Where would you rank that if you compare that to the From the Heart, where would you rank those two?
I'd say they're pretty tied. Like talent-wise, definitely pretty tied. Like it was a really, really good show. I think, of course, it's not as theatrical as From the Heart is, if that makes any sense. It's much more like kind of just like different songs, like a concert kind of thing. Um, but it was an extremely good show. I enjoyed it. It's better than some other things that I've seen at Dollywood.
I wonder, like, I've not seen other than the Dreamland Drive-In. That's the only show I specifically have saw that they took from. Do you know of any, or have you heard of any that they like segments that they took from?
Unfortunately, I'm not that familiar with the history, like
Yeah.
the music, so I can't say for sure. I have videos of all of it, but unfortunately, I don't know specifically. I know there was like an acrobatic, which Eric had mentioned. One of those shows were there. There was like an acrobatic portion that they were referencing. Some of the old like country style songs they referenced in there. But yeah, sorry y'all. In regards to specific shows they referenced, that was before my time. I knew Dreamland
Well,
Drive-In up. No,
I
Gentones
would
and up.
I would think they would put them on the screen if they were.
They didn't. They just put like clips of the show, which was cool. They put like different clips of what the show was. They didn't put the name of the show. If they did, I missed it.
Yeah. And I did see where somebody put the entire show up on YouTube. I didn't watch it because I wanted to see live news. So if you don't want to wait and cheat, you can probably go online somewhere and find the whole show.
That's brave to put that online.
Yeah, that's probably
That's brave.
Somebody that doesn't know about the copyright trouble you can get into. So anything else on the show you want to
Not
add?
really. Like I said, it was something definitely recommend everybody go check it out. Hopefully the line is not as bad as it was this weekend. But it was really good.
It will make for some good if that does stay through the summer, which it will. You'll have that. You'll have the dog show. You'll have the.
I'm excited for that.
You'll have the bubble show if you're into that. So that'll make for like several good options to escape.
They'll have some good entertainment at least, yeah. On top of everything else that they do for summer.
And on back to that, let me think of the restaurant. They did have the old Coke freestyle Coke machines as well over there, like the
yes
over there. I did not see.
They had regular Coke machines too.
Yeah, I did not see any of my patented slushy machines over there.
There wasn't any slushy machines.
Yeah.
Hate to disappoint. You'll have to walk over to the gristmill. No, wait, they moved it. Sorry, I just feel like I put salt in that room. That was my bad.
There's a massive gap in the Dollywood slushy schedule.
I don't like slushies. So.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that means Country Fair is the only place they're at now.
No, there's a couple on as you get up into like the roller coaster area. So there actually is one.
Oh, they have it right next to Eagle. Yeah. I remember that.
There's one there, so you could actually go that way now that I think about it.
Ah, that makes sense.
I mean, okay. I bought a professional grade slushy maker at my house. So.
There you go. Make you a slushy before you go.
Yeah,
it'll be juiced by the time you get to the park.
There's another segment we're going to do that Lewis was his idea, which is a good one. Even though he's not here, was for the content. We're still kind of figuring out exactly the details of that, and he wanted us to talk about the Star Wars Day. I think, correct?
Oh yeah, I really want to go.
I assume that's a Disney thing because I didn't recognize what it was.
Oh yes, Star Wars Day. I mean, it's not just a Disney thing. It's like it's Star Wars Day. Just because it's May the 4th, like May the Force be with you. That's kind of the kicker on it. But I really next year, I already told Eric that I 1000% will be there, so I can hold up my lightsaber to kick off May the 4th in front of the Millennium Falcon, and I will cry. The pictures looked really cool. I
Um,
should have I should have brought my lightsaber out of storage so I could show y'all. Dang it, I didn't think about it.
speaking of crying, like, were there sad parts to that?
Sad parts to
Yeah.
Star Wars?
No, to
Oh
the
god,
show.
yeah.
Like going back to the going back to the play on show. Like,
Oh, you gave me whiplash with that one.
sorry
Okay,
about that.
you're okay.
I'm going back.
I was like, yes, you cried her in Star Wars. Of course you do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see me crying during the play on show or Star Wars. But I saw Katie mention several times about crying.
She was sobbing. She loved it. Like that is it is so for people who grew up like her with Dollywood from a young age, like a little kid and grew up with Dollywood. This show will be everything. Like everything to you.
I know there was a
100%.
big show. There was a big show called Chaka Khan about a decade ago, which I found.
Chaka what?
I can't pronounce it, something like that. That I actually found a cup for. So I was wondering if that was in there. But anyway, okay. So sorry, I got sidetracked.
I'm over here Googling this. Chaka Khan?
Do not ask me to spell that or even pronounce it. But I have
Google corrected me.
I'll have to find my cup and post a picture of it. I may have not spelled that right. I don't even know what letter it starts with. I think it was a C. It was.
I'm not. Huh.
I wonder if I can find my.
The only thing I found is Chaka Khan performed with Dolly back in 1984. I was not even thought of in 1984, so I can't say I know about that.
I'm going to go upstairs and see if I can find my cup while you tell everybody about anything involving your trip that you just went on to Dollywood.
Wait, what? What did I do? Hi, guys. Okay. No, you're good. Go. I really don't know what else to say. I will say, this was something I wanted to say. The only thing I really would have liked to see for the 40th anniversary, like I thought for the day of the anniversary, when they first announced everything for the 2025 season, they announced that there was going to be a 40th announcement before the park opened, like kind of introducing it. They didn't have that. They haven't had that at all yet. And I was really thinking for the 40th, that announcement was going to be there, but it wasn't. So I really want to know what happened to that announcement. And I would have loved to see like even a cupcake with the anniversary colors. Like maybe and they had it for the media. The kicker is the media had these cupcakes. They had cupcakes with blue frosting and gold sprinkles, but for some reason, everyone else did not get those cupcakes. And now I want those cupcakes. You should work with him. It's all day long. It was a show in the 90s, and it was about the mountains and blue smoke. Oh, that's not what Google told me that it was spelled. I was so off. Wait, do that again. You could have my cupcake. I know, Maddie, but it's the principal. Why didn't they have it on the 40th? The cupcake should have been on the 40th. I know we make fun of Disney and we're like, oh, great, another cupcake. But in Dollywood's case, I would have loved a themed cupcake. Too much glue and all. You know what? I would have enjoyed the cupcake for you. That's okay. Get her some cupcake. I'm just saying, something 40th themed on the 40th would have been nice. Oh, wait, show me that cup again, y'all. Oh. Well, wait, turn it. No, okay, not what I thought it was.
According
but that is
to
interesting.
This, it was 2009.
Oh, that's not too long. Well.
Yeah, and there's kind of the picture. I don't know why. I have no idea why I still have this cup, but here it is.
Hey, in cases like this, it's fantastic.
So how were the crowds? You went Friday or Saturday?
So I went for the very last hour Friday. Like I literally got there at like 6:55. It was great. And then Saturday, it wasn't. I don't know. It didn't seem very busy. Maddie, did it seem busy to you? Because it didn't to me. Wait a minute. There are a lot of kids. Hold on. There
Um,
was a ridiculous number of school tours and
they had a
sports teams.
they had a bunch of the guy I told you I work with. They had like a course awards and stuff at the park on Saturday,
Oh, I was thinking
and
about that.
like
I was like,
that
there's so
type of
many
stuff.
children.
So
Yeah, there
that's
were
why
so
you
many
saw the buses.
teams.
Yeah.
That's what that was. No, not busy. Yeah, it didn't seem busy. There was just a lot of random groups there. The
Um,
shirts gave them away. It was really funny. Some of them had cute shirts. Yeah, I
but
think they took the new parking lot for all the school buses. 100 plus buses. Goodness. Jeez.
whew,
I told
um,
you, it was a lot of kids.
and as everybody probably knows, if you get that many school buses, they only care about one thing, and that is rides. So,
Hmm.
if you get that many kids in there, you're not riding anything for less than 30 minutes.
You're not getting on anything.
No.
Oh,
Um,
man.
so
Shakanohe. Shakanohe?
that
Shakano.
that does Shako. Yeah, that's correct. How she said it.
Shakanohe?
Yeah, land of blue smoke,
Hmm.
and it's got.
Now I'm gonna go back and watch the footage I recorded because now I'm curious if it was in there.
It looks like it's got its Indian theme, maybe.
Oh, maybe that was the acrobatic one because Eric mentioned something about that. Where's Katie when you need her? I need my Dollywood historian stat.
Does anybody in the chat have any topics they want us to discuss, or questions, or criticism, or content, anything like that?
I did what Mary did. Went for the last hour. Mm-hmm. That's what you do. Last hour, get on the rides.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Yeah, especially if it starts sprinkling rain. Because the last hour you can get several rides in, usually no matter
Mm-hmm.
what day it is.
Unless it starts pouring, then you're just kind of in trouble. And if you're on top on Eagle, I'm sorry for you. Oh, I did get on Lightning Rod, and I remembered why I don't go on Lightning Rod. Real quick, like.
What was
It was
the
fun though.
lightning rod? I thought the lightning rod's a smoother ride. Maybe that's more of a last year thing, but
Smooth, yes. Do I touch the seat the entire time? Absolutely not. I think I even forgot to breathe at one point.
it does feel like lightning rod.
I mean, his dessert is a good choice. It's just a child's choice.
There's a
Now I want to know what desserts they have for kids there to see if they would give you a cookie.
There's thousands of flavors of ice cream. You know what two outsells them all? Vanilla and chocolate.
Is that all you like?
No, I like a lot of flavors.
Oh, it was like, would you
But
be
like,
willing
there's
to
no
try
ice
any
cream.
other flavors?
Yeah. I feel like
Next time they need to get you a brownie.
I could go for a brownie.
My dessert was my Alani. I don't know if that should count as a dessert.
Were they long
Your
food?
criticisms.
How was the food lines during it? Probably wasn't that bad then.
It wasn't bad that day. I will say the lines weren't bad at all. It just seemed like I said, I don't think it was very crowded. It was just there was a lot of groups.
Yeah, I think Ryan said in his video too that he didn't feel like the crowd was as much compared to when Dolly's usually there.
Mm-hmm.
But
It didn't look busy on Friday either.
Yeah, I think they did a little bit better job of hiding the fact that she was coming as well.
Yeah. A little bit. I will say I was surprised. Like I said, I'm surprised they didn't announce more on the coaster. But or dang it, you've got me. Now you've got me saying it's a coaster.
Well, I'm
I
so
told
used
you
to
you got in my head.
what are you like? We probably like indoor attraction is. I think. I think
Yes.
that's the official. The
Yes,
official
indoor
name for it.
attraction. Dark ride. I'm going to keep saying dark ride until it happens and goes into existence. Or that Moana patent. I need to look that up again. I need to figure out where I found that. I know I've seen the Moana because I saw the picture of the Moana patent ride, but I need to figure out where it was that I read that was also a possibility for this attraction. Because it wasn't the original Flume Ride Moana attraction that they announced. It was a very new, technologically advanced ride. So I'll have to find that again to figure out. But I'm calling it a dark ride. Stop
I'm gonna
saying
do my best not to
coasters.
I'm
I'm gonna throw something at the screen every time you say a coaster.
um
And Torin, I'm sorry, but I'm so tired of coasters.
yeah, I think I think we're going to be pleased with it.
I think it's gonna be
I
good.
think it's going to be something along those lines that Grandma and Grandpa can ride as well.
Yeah. One thing I would also like them to see is either add some kind of a new transportation inside the park or do a second stop on the train. Because I feel like with it expanding all the way out there, I mean, that park's getting pretty huge. I think I read somewhere it's already bigger than like Magic Kingdom.
You really need to.
Soren.
You really need to plan out your day when you're there. And that's one reason
Yes.
why I don't like the tasting pass. Is, we joked about me being a picky eater, but when the park is that big, that plays a role because I don't want to have to walk all the way across the other side of the park to get the food out of my like, and then I have to walk all the way back.
Oh, then you're not going to like what I want because I want them to spread it out more. I want more options throughout the park for the tasting pass. Like, I want the festivals to not end in a certain spot. I want them to go further.
I'm actually okay with that because it is a lot of the festival stuff and the decorations do seem to be in that first half of the park.
Craftsman's Valley is where it stops most of the time. Like, you get Craftsman's Valley. Like, I think during the Harvest Festival, the owl. No, Harvest Festival, it's everywhere. That's what it's Harvest Festival and Christmas and summer. So it's just the Flower Festival. And the I Will Always Love You.
They typically don't do much in Wildwood Grove area.
Yeah, which is surprising with them having a new attraction there. I'm surprised they wouldn't do more. I would love to see a giant bear pumpkin.
Yeah, and they don't typically do much in the country fair area as well.
Yeah,
outside of Christmas.
Yeah, well, they're trying with that one. But I don't think I have anything else though.
It's going to be a good ride. It will be better than Expedition Odyssey and SeaWorld.
Oh, I saw the commercial for that one the other day. That's kind of like a Soarin' one, or it looked like a Soarin' attraction. Oh no, I saw a commercial of them talking about it.
Yeah, that's everything I had. It looked like we did successfully get an hour out of the food topics.
Look, I can talk. If you need me to talk for another hour, I got you. I just don't think anyone else will want to hear me talk for another. Yeah, Country Fair needs to be expanded a bit. It really is a little too crowded over there. It's too compact. Like, they need to expand it out a little bit. Maybe that's their plan. But
did you notice anything like seeing the splash pad over there in the Country Fair? Did anything stick out differently over there in that area this time?
I did not make it over there this time.
Well, there's really not much.
I didn't even make it to the train this time. What did I do with my time? Oh, I stayed in Wildwood Grove a lot. That's where I was at. I was trying to figure out where I was at the entire time. I was towards the front and Wildwood Grove. I didn't make it to the other side.
And I think I missed this myself. I saw on Instagram that the splash pad area is the blue part is shaped like a dog bone. I don't know if.
Is that what it's supposed to be? No, it's not.
I think
There's no way.
Is it?
That is the weirdest looking dog bone. If that's the case,
I think it looks like a dog bone. Maybe it's.
Hold up.
But
I think it was on my other. I think my camera's where I took a picture of it.
Yeah.
I'll let you talk amongst yourself while I find this.
I wish you could get to Country Fair a little easier as well. You can get there through the dog. The entrance is,
but the new entrance is weird. Like, and it's a nice entrance, but it's really far back now. Like, I kind of like the quick and easy pop in, pop out kind of thing.
Unless you're at the train, there's no reason to go on the new entrance.
Nope, it's on my other camera. I don't have the picture of it. But I really don't believe that it's a dog.
Okay. It may not be. We'll come back to that next time. So, any other questions before we probably sign off here? We're going to try not to go too long-winded. But
now you've got me trying to find this. Look, now I'm like focused.
I think Gressa.
This does not look like a dog bone. Absolutely not. This is not a dog bone. I don't know what this is. It's not a dog bone.
Okay, I was wrong. It's not a dog bone.
Oh, it's an old. I agree.
Yeah, that is. Yeah. I was curious to see, like, if yeah, I mean, that might be a topic for whenever we get somebody on that parks at the new parking lot.
It won't be me. If there's there's no tram that goes over there, I'm out.
Yeah,
look, I walk enough in that park. I don't need to walk an extra 5 miles from that parking lot.
But if you had if you had a second entrance, you wouldn't have to because you'd be right there.
That's different. You know what? If they ever put in a second entrance, I'm there. I will park there happily. But as of right now, you have to walk to Timbuktu to get to the park. But a second entrance would be nice. Did last year they say something about a new entrance? I thought they were just talking about they were wanting to revamp the entrance.
I don't think, I've not heard them say anything. It's just a lot of speculation because there's so much parking lots that are coming in the future. And
again, I think a new land is coming in the future. Because where are all these people going to go? I will forever say that. We're not all going to fit in that park. We're just not.
Right.
But yeah, I'm excited. So everyone who's on here, just so you know, these are officially going to be very regular live streams and conversations. We're going to try to keep it every other week. Just as a reminder, I do also have like a full-time job. So sometimes my time and I don't necessarily, I'm not able to do this every single week, but this is definitely going to become a regular show, quote unquote. And we've got a lot of things in the works right now for this. So just definitely just keep your eyes and ears open for random announcements from us for the next several months.
I think our plan is to, like do this every other Monday, maybe on like her channel, my channel. I think even Lewis has one, or even as other special guests, because we're.
Yeah, guys. So if you're not following them, like I said, I've got their links in the chat, or not in the chat, but or if somebody wants to put it in the chat, you can. But they're connected to this video. They're connected to the last live stream. Be sure to go back and follow all the above.
And if you even want to be a guest on there and you think you could, be a good guest, whether it's, just on certain topics or all topics.
Can you keep up with my randomness? But yeah, so just keep your eyes out.
Yeah, I guess that's all I got.
I ain't got anything else either. So guys, again, keep your eyes out for the next time that we are going to be doing a show. If not, again, subscribe, follow.
In 2 weeks, in 2 weeks, we'll probably have to do a specific topic because
when is 2 weeks?
The spring festival will still be going on, and we got a bunch of topics, and there's not going to be much news or any festival type stuff because they've pretty much opened everything that they were supposed to now from last year to So,
And we may also have to, we may be switching the days too, but I'm not sure yet. We got to figure that out
that's
amongst us.
I have no life, so whenever.
You do have a life. Don't say that. But again, everybody, please make sure, again, go follow Brandon, go follow Lewis, go follow our social medias, TikTok, Instagram, all those things. Right now, we have a very special thing going on. So be sure to go check out our social media so you can be a part of that. But I don't have anything else.
All right.
I hope everyone has a great night.
All right. Thanks for
All right.
the chat.
Yep. Bye, guys.